All the guns you'll be seeing today are available on solware.co.uk, based in Tamworth. Hello ladies and gentlemen, continuing with our testing of the JSB products that were sent us by JSB Match Diablo. Today we're going to be trying out their knockout slugs. Now I've got two bullpups here that are 177 sub 12 foot-pound. Now I know they say don't really use slugs in a sub 12 foot-pound, but I'm going to try and see if I can get some manageable grouping together with them. Now to obviously see whether we can get some manageable grouping, it was best not to use one gun but two guns, just to see whether it suits one and not the other. The two guns I've decided to use is the Gamma Boxer, which obviously will have a BSA barrel and all the trimmings, and a proper BSA. We've got the BSA Defiant regulated. Now I'm going to use these two guns. Let's see whether we can actually get some proper grouping 23 metres away in our targets. Let's see how this goes. Okay then, we've got the Gamma Boxer set up now. The weight of these slugs is just over 10 grain. The pellet that they're used to shoot is probably about 8.4, so I'm expecting a slight drop. That's if the power's there to put these in a nice group. We're going to be in the left hand target. Let's see how it goes. Oh, I've gone higher. There's a shock. And they're not grouping too badly. Well, that's 5 slugs with the Gamma. They didn't do too badly at all. Now let's swap over to the BSA Defiant. Hopefully these are not too bad. Here we go. Wow, that's miles away. Great start. Well, that's 5 with the Defiant, and they seem to be well off target, a lot off to the left there and a lot high. With that grouping, would you get away with using those in a gun on a hunt? I don't think you would, to be fair, because it seems to be that they're not that tightly grouped. Maybe if we put their original pellets through now and see what they did, just in case that BSA has been knocked in any way, because that seems to be miles out the way there. So I'll put 5 of their original pellets that they're matched with through now, and we'll see what the difference is. Okay then, 5 shots from the pellet they're matched with. In this case the Gamma is matched with the QYS's. Let's have a see how this goes. So they've grouped lovely together their standard pellet, the QYS, in that one. Now, this was the one that I was a bit worried about because the Defiant's gone a little bit haywire. But let's see whether it's because of the slug that was in it, or it just needed to be back on its own pellet. Let's see. Well, straight in the bullseye. Now that shows you just how bad the slug takes it away. So 5 Barracuda 8s there, shot out of our BSA Defiant, and they make a nice grouping. Now the Slug obviously does deflect away when it's put into the Defiant, so you probably wouldn't work in the Defiant at sub 12 foot-pound. Now don't forget, these are from both guns from the same stablery. Gamma and BSA do use mainly all the same parts. The only difference here is the Defiant is regulated. Now, why the Slugs have veered off so badly in the Defiant is hard to say. They wasn't that bad at all in the Gamma Boxer. You would probably get away with using Slugs in the Gamma Boxer, but they're not that close. What I'm going to do is, it's no use testing 10 shots in the Defiant because they just don't work. We can see that straight from the test there, they're not working at all. But how far away would we be if we put 10 shots through the Gamma? Shall we try that? Okay then, a 10 shot group with the Gamma, loaded with Slugs. Let's see how we go. Well, that's 10 shots with the Slugs with the Gamma Boxer. Now, you're going to be saying to yourself, what am I trying to prove here? Well, what I've just tried to prove is you can use Slugs in a sub 12 foot-pound rifle, but it does take some testing and it does take some perseverance to see whether your gun will work with them or not. Now, in this case, I think you can probably see the Gamma Boxer would, the BSA Defiant wouldn't. Now, they're both from the same stable. As I say, they usually interchange parts from BSA to Gamma, so you know, even the magazines on these guns are exactly the same. But the Slugs work perfectly in the Boxer. The BSA Defiant wouldn't work with them. They veered off, I would say, maybe 4 or 5 inch high and 4 inch to the left, whereas the Gamma Boxer kept it 0 with them, and it's done a nice bunch in there, as you can see. So the moral of the story here is, don't count your gun out, won't work on Slugs. Have a little try and a test. These are the JSB Match Diablo knockout Slugs I've been using today, but if you have a Gamma Boxer, I've saved you the worry. They will work in the Boxer. So yeah, as time goes on, if I get chance to, I will test more guns with these knockout Slugs and see which ones will work and won't work with the Slugs. Now, I've got no doubt you could have got the BSA to work with these Slugs in the end, but when I went up to have a look at the target, after I'd shot them, I'd actually dented the runner where the card goes in inside our pellet catcher, so they were slightly going further and further away. Now, whether they would cut a decent hole in the end, I don't know, but I would say they're not a good grouping. You could use the BSA and tune it all into it, but why would you want to? You'd want to just either use a Slug or a pellet without messing around, and the Gamma Box will allow you to do that. We've just proved that. But yeah, don't be put off by using the Slugs in a sub 12 foot-pound. I've just gone and proved there that you can do it, and with good results. We've had some of the pellets on test in a 10-shot shootout, probably not done a good as hole as that. So in this gun, if I was wanting to use Slugs, I wouldn't have a problem doing that. They will work. But it's all about testing, and the more you test, the more you know. Today, as I say, we've found out the Gamma Boxer will take a Slug without hardly any adjustment at all, and it's done really well. Thank you all for watching. I hope it's been informative. I hope it gives you an idea that don't always count out a slug in a sub 12 foot pen. It can work. See you all in the next one very soon. Bye bye now.